YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHallaTV. At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard. At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
My name is Tunde Olufowora, and I'm the CEO of Brand Communications. We are we call the publisher or the owner of the new initiative called ConsumerHallaTV. ConsumerHallaTV is actually Nigeria's first consumer-centered, or called a consumer-centric television platform that aims to bring voice to the over 220 million Nigerians. It was a vision that came to my heart about 10 years ago. I remember that I was traveling. I traveled out of the country, on airline, and I had this unpleasant experience. It was a trip to an African country from Nigeria, and I actually went with a local flight from Nigeria. I wouldn't want to mention the name of the airline, and then it was to South Africa, and we landed in South Africa, and let me just paraphrase it. When I was coming back, I had some money, some dollars, and that someone had given to me to hand over to another person in Nigeria. So I wanted to help out. I didn't want to carry the cash on myself. So for whatever reason, I opted to. I had a small case, and I felt that it was safer for me to put the money in my luggage. So I put it in a safe place in my luggage, got everything intact, and I checked in my luggage. My arrival in Nigeria, I was standing and was waiting about the carousel just so that I could pick up my luggage, and then I was there for 1 hour and waiting for my luggage. I didn't know that my luggage already arrived, and it was one of the luggage that was moving around on the carousel. So after about 1 hour wait, I looked to my left and my right. Almost everybody had gone. I think we were just about 2 or 3 left. So I beckoned on the woman that was on my side, and I noticed she was really in tears. Madam, what happened? She said, her bag has just been torn and a lot of things stolen. So I said, well, I've also been waiting for my own. She said, you better go and check those luggages there. Maybe yours is one of them. And lo and behold, I went around there. Mine was one of them. By the time I got it, everything inside my luggage was gone. All the valuable things there were gone. To cut the long story short, we felt there was need for us to report the case, at least to the airline. It was in the night, about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. We went in to go and see the officer that was in charge. As soon as we got in there, the officer said, "Oh, so sorry, but you will have to go to our head office in somewhere in Victoria Island, to lodge a complaint." Okay. So the next day we went to the Victoria Island and we lodged a complaint, and that was it. And since that day, I'm talking a story of over 10 years ago, I didn't get a call, not even a call from that airline to talk to me about what happened to my luggage. Now, about a month after that trip, I had another opportunity to travel out of the country. This time around it was to US, and it was an official assignment. And I flew on, I will mention the airline this time around. I flew on a BA. I really didn't like BA. I usually go with Virgin Atlantic and things like that. But my protocol officer convinced me and said, "Okay, you will love BA. Why don't you go on BA?" Anyway, So I went on BA to US, and of course on our return from US to Nigeria, we had to do, of course, there'll be like a connecting flight, from Heathrow. So we got into London Heathrow, and then because it was through Heathrow that we went, and then so they changed since it was BA, they changed the aircraft this time around to a bigger one. I mean, clearly because there were more Nigerians, more people that were planning to come to Nigeria, and then we boarded. Not quite 10 minutes into the flight, in the air, the aircraft started malfunctioning. The air conditioning compartment were not functioning very well. I was on what you call business economy. The whole of that business economy all the way to economy side, the ACs were not working well. It was hot, and then I was watching, and then from that moment till we got to Nigeria. From that moment till we got to, I'm just trying to paraphrase. From that moment till we got to Nigeria, I could remember very well how many times the pilot, broke into conversation and had to apologize and say, "We're really very sorry about this." He was giving us almost every 30 minutes. There's always a kind of update. "So sorry, this is what we're doing now, this is what we're doing." While we were on that journey, I also remember an incident. So they came, the crew apparently couldn't resolve it. They couldn't manage the crisis or what was going on about it. They couldn't fix it. So they come up and said, "We're so sorry, but for all the inconvenience, we're declaring, free lunch, free whatever it is you want, you can get." So trust Nigerians, you need to hear how everybody were jubilating, But something struck me. The experience I had just about a month before, and this experience, somehow I started comparing them. I was trying to see how this matter will be managed. Again, to cut the story short, we landed in Nigeria on BA. Before we landed, the pilot announced and said that for the inconvenience, they will be giving a voucher of £50 to everyone that flew on that aircraft. I thought it was a joke. I mean, it was my first time with BA, but for what I knew or know of the British man would never even play with his 1 penny, talking of £1. So I felt that must be a joke of the year. So we left. I got back to my office. I think it was just about a week after. Our guys in our mail room came up and said, "Oh, you have a parcel." So I said, "Parcel? Yeah." So they bought this parcel wrapped. I opened it, and boom, I bought the document out. It was the £50 voucher from BA. So what's the tenor of this story? An experience with one airline was terrible, no apology. An experience with another one, even though it was a bad experience, but it was very well managed. So managed that even if we have suffered anything in that aircraft, you probably, for the sake of how they manage it, will have forgiven them. So that was how this journey started. So I started thinking, my mind, this is what we go through in this country. But are we different from other nations? So God put in my heart the idea of ConsumerHalla. That's why the Halla came with consumer. And we started that journey about 10 years ago. We started by creating a platform called ConsumerHalla, where consumers, so I discovered that Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. So things happen, and that's it. We live with everything. So we've started the journey from creating the platform. We have an app, we even have a magazine, and we thought we could move it from that to the next stage, which is the television. So the TV today, has come. So I would say precept by precept, line upon line, we have been able to build on our aspiration, to finally bring to birth this unique and exciting platform, So it's a digital telecast, and our goal is to further connect consumers in Nigeria to brands with insightful news, development within the fast-paced world of consumers. The world of consumers is growing at a very fast pace, So we want to inform Nigerians. We want to get them educated about their rights, So our role is that we're going to educate consumers in Nigeria, all right? So by bringing them specialized and what you call analytical, research-based content generation that will inform, educate, sensitize the audience, So that's ConsumerHalla TV. So I call it an offshoot of our ConsumerHalla brand. ConsumerHalla brand actually was the first we call it the first complaint or consumer complaint resolution portal. When we started it about 10 years ago, or about 7 years ago, it became the first complaint resolution portal. We created it so that Nigerians can actually lodge complaint on that portal. We spent a lot of resources to build a very robust platform where today, if you have any complaint, about any brand, any leading brands in Nigeria, and you go on that platform, you can actually click, just a click, you can find the brand, you can actually lodge your complaint, and once you submit it, that complaint will be routed to that organization, and within 72 hours, we will obtain feedback for you. We build it in such a way that we have connection to almost all the organizations, and it's been working. We've resolved several complaints for people without having to charge them any penny, because the idea is not to charge. So what we have done with ConsumerHalla TV is to take it to the next level. So we hope to change the narrative. We want to give the right direction. Nigeria has the largest consumer market in the world, with a population of over 220 million people. Why should we be the one that is suffering the most? Everywhere you turn to, it's as though Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. You're traveling, you buy a ticket. For whatever reason, an airline will wake up middle of the night, delay the flight for whatever reason, and then you'll be waiting at the airport for hours. You'll be there for 2 hours, 3 hours, no any explanation. Then while you're there, they can even wake up and say, oh, flight has been cancelled. So everybody carry their luggage and go home. Nothing happened. Of course, things are changing. We must commend government because government is beginning to wake up, but there's still a lot to be done. And we believe that we can help to make, bring about those right changes. So we offer deliberately, part of what we do is that we also offer advocacy, all right? We're not just an advocacy organization, but we offer advocacy. We have a legal team, we have lawyers that are registered on our platform, all right, that can also take up cases, okay? So, and we've taken up many cases like that, and won those cases. So, ConsumerHalla is a platform to help consumers to, we're not fighting brands, but rather we say we're bringing about an amicable, resolution of conflict, such that it will be beneficial to the consumers and also be beneficial to the brand. I remember the word of Jeff Bezos. Bezos is the because he's the founder of Amazon. He said that the most important single thing, all right, for an organization is to focus obsessively, use the word obsessively, on the customer. We often say that customers is a king. They should sit at the top of the ladder. In our environment, customers are the ladder. A brand wakes up today, decide what product to produce. They wake up today, decide how much the consumer should pay. They wake up to decide everything for consumers. So consumers are just at the receiving end. And yet, they are milking the consumers. There's no price regulation in this country. None. People just wake up and fix prices. Look at the power. Government wakes up, we change policy, we wake up and we get people to pay more. We think it's time for consumers to begin to speak out. In speaking out, in engaging, we can get the brand to begin to do what is right. And of course, I know that the consumers themselves need to be educated. So our role, our vision also is to ensure that we educate consumers, we bring awareness. A lot of Nigerian consumers don't even know about their rights. You buy a product from a supermarket. I've had this experience. You buy a product from a supermarket, all right? For whatever reason, you take that product back to your house, and maybe something went wrong somewhere. By the time you take that product back to the shop where you bought it from, and you say, Oga, this thing, you know what's going to tell you? Oga, na me make am. Let me make am now. That's why I buy am. Meaning that there's nothing I can do to the product. So you lose the product, then you lose your money, because the money is not refunded. The product you can't use. Only in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria. Let me give you another experience I had. In the course of this, because I went around, in doing this. I was in US, I was in UK, I was in South Africa, I was in Germany, just because of this, to just study the environment. I was in a friend's house in UK, in London, and then what happened? We were going to go out, and he was going to dress up. So he said, to me, I was seated in his sitting room. So he said, wait a minute, I picked up an iron, that's the pressing iron, 2 days ago or so from a store. Let me try this, let me just stand, use that to iron my shirt, and we can go out. So I was seated, the TV was on, I was watching. While I watched him, he brought out the pressing board, spread it out, brought the iron out in my presence, plugged in the iron, and then as soon as he switched on the power button, we just had a spark. Boom! The guy was raged. Then he goes, What just happened? So he said, No, these guys are in trouble, they're in soup. I was thinking, what are you going to do? I was trying to compare that experience to what would have happened in Nigeria. In my presence there, he opened the pack. There was a card inside it. Inside that card was a call, number to call. And they called the shop or wherever he got the thing from. I was hearing the conversation that was going on. And all he said to them on the phone was, look, by the time he even called, clearly because they already, through the call, they could trace where he was calling from and who was calling. He said, I picked up this number, I picked up this iron yesterday, and guess what? I just plugged it to power, and then this thing just, stopped, didn't work. At the other hand, I could hear the voice, we're so sorry. We're sorry about that. And they said, this is your address, yeah? Don't worry, we'll get you a replacement. All right. So my friend handed the call and dropped the. So I said, so what's going to happen? He said, don't worry yourself now. Shebi, we're here. They will bring a replacement. I said, they will bring a replacement. He said, yes. I said, they won't even try to check whether it was your fault, because it could have been your fault. Maybe you didn't do something well about the fact. No, it can't be his fault. Now, maybe it's a brand new item that he bought. While we were still talking, in fact, I'm not even sure it was up to 30 minutes or so. We had a knock on the door. He himself said he must be the dispatch person. By the time he opened the door, it was a dispatch man that was on the other side. And then the dispatch man was at the door. Just watch this. Was at the door. I was seated in the sitting room. The guy was at the door to meet with the dispatch guy. The dispatch man that brought the replacement iron, I heard him say, "We're so sorry." So I was so shocked. I mean, a dispatch man, this guy is a dispatch, so also apologize. I was so touched by that. Even a dispatch man was so trained, to tell the guy, "We are so sorry." And guess what? He brought the replacement iron. By the time my guy opened the iron, it was a bigger size iron. So they replaced with a bigger size iron. The guy never asked for the one that went back. He didn't say, "Oga, where is the other one that we gave to you," so that he could take it back. No, he just bought a new one and gave it back. So I asked my friend, I said, "Can you interpret this to me?" He said, "Here in London, if they didn't do this, they know the next thing I would do. So I'm just going to grab a lawyer. And I'm going to tell them they've destroyed something in my house. By the time I'm done, they will pay through their nose." Because the consumers are conscious of their rights. In Nigerian consumers, even those who are aware, won't even take the battle up. Everybody just go, "What can we do now?" Today they wake up and ban this. What can we do now? So we're going to change the narrative. We have to stand up. So the vision of ConsumerHallaTV is really to create an engagement platform that constantly mirrors the minds of consumers and provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria. Thus, we believe, will be forming part of that our overall vision, of creating a more caring world of consumers where businesses thrive. So I think that we'll make our impact. We ask you to join us on this journey. ConsumerHallaTV will drive engagement. It will also be there to help to promote brands that are doing what is right. So we're not out to criticize any brand. Rather, we have to complement what the brands are doing, because there is no organization that or a business that was set up to fail. Nobody set up a business to fail. So there are just gaps that needs to be fixed. So together we can fix things, and together we believe that we will create the right story for consumers in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Hi people.
For you. It is on this note that I would like to say a big congratulations to the chairman and CEO of ConsumerHallaTV, Pastor Tunde Olufowora, and all the staffs of this great organization. Thank you for what you do. You are making
Hi people, my name is Mo Fakorede and I am a filmmaker and a film director, and you're watching ConsumerHallaTV. ConsumerHallaTV is everything consumer advocacy, consumer rights, everything that has to do with consumers. On this TV, you'll watch, you'll learn, you'll be educated, and you'll be entertained. Keep watching ConsumerHalla.
My name is Olubukola Ozone, a photographer and a social media enthusiast. You're watching ConsumerHallaTV. It's a consumer advocacy TV. If you have a problem, any consumer related problem, just holla at them, just like their name implies, and they're going to get it sorted for you. Keep watching, stay tuned. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, my name is Joba Jalabi. I'm a marketing communications professional. I currently lead marketing at Flash Change, a fintech startup. Keep watching ConsumerHalla TV, a consumer advocacy channel.
Hello, my name is Sharon Rotimi. I'm an actor and I am on ConsumerHalla TV. Now, ConsumerHalla TV is a consumer advocacy channel. So if you have any issues, consumer-related issues with brands and services, you can reach out to them and they will be sure to handle it or to cater to you. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, my name is Iyebiye Adeton. I'm a film poster designer and illustrator. This is ConsumerHalla TV. It's a consumer advocacy channel. We show content on consumers-based news, entertainment, and all of that. So I urge you guys to stay tuned to ConsumerHalla TV.
My name is Anoluwapo Alao, a sales consultant for Star Times Nigeria. This is a ConsumerHalla TV, where they discuss anything consumer needs and get knowledge about anything about consumer. So keep watching.
Hi, my name is Adebola Ogushino. I'm a filmmaker and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. Any consumer-related issues, they've got you.
Hi, my name is Stephen Olorunshisi. I'm a strategy and sales professional, currently working with Obey, and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. I mean, this is one of the channels that you don't want to but stay on. Consumer advocacy, brand promotion, everything consumer, what you need to learn for your business to grow. This is a channel where you learn, where you experience entertainment too, yeah. But it's good for businesses, for brands, and for an entrepreneur. If you want to know more about businesses, want to know more about brands, please stay watching. Alright, thank you so much, ConsumerHalla TV. Keep watching.
Hello, good day. My name is Tunde Balogun. I'm the lead pastor at the Kingsborough Church in London. And you're watching ConsumerHalla TV, which is a new initiation into the TV industry in Nigeria, the first of its kind in Nigeria. And I know that it's going to bring value and quality into the service industry. ConsumerHalla TV is here to offer value to service industry and to give a voice to consumers, bring awareness to the brand industry, and also bring education to what it is to have quality for what you paid for. I know that through ConsumerHalla TV, you are going to be able to get what you have paid for quality-wise and also give a voice to you in wherever it is that you do. I am here to support and give a shout out to say that keep watching ConsumerHalla TV and we'll have a better quality for value in Nigeria and in the global space. Please continue to watch ConsumerHalla TV because it is here to make things work better for you. It is on this note that I would like to say a big congratulations to the chairman and CEO of ConsumerHalla TV, Pastor Tunde Olufowora, and all the staffs of this great organization. Thank you for what you do. You are making things happen for us, and I pray that God bless you. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Toyin Balogun. I'm here to give a shout out to ConsumerHalla TV, #1 platform helping you to shop smart, spend wisely, and live better. Anytime you have any kind of issues with your shopping or you want to know a very honest review, please contact ConsumerHalla TV, here to help you. And please join the community where we can all make life easy and better for all of us.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer. And as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHalla TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHallaTV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHallaTV. At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard. At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard. Hello consumers, you have the right to be heard, absolutely. So join us on the conversation, share your brand experience, where you tell us all your experiences about brand on the outer world via our YouTube channel every Wednesday from the hour of 4:20 to 5:20. You can watch us via our YouTube channel, ConsumerHallaTV, and subscription is free. Follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHallaTV. Share your brand experience. It's about storytelling. It's about experiencing.
Hello consumers, you're welcome to another exciting episode of Consumer Voice on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is a show where we'll be visiting different places in Lagos to check out people's preferences, hear what the consumers have to say about different leading brands that they make use of.
Hello, it's your boy here, Iremofe Kofoworola, and you know what? They call me the AWUF General Overseer. Every day is a blessing and it is meant to be enjoyed maximally with AWUF packages that put a smile on our faces. And guess what? That is why this show AWUF is for you. You can get to know about trendy market slashes, promos, offers, and juicy deals that put a smile on your faces, and you can always enjoy them maximally. And you know one thing that is so interesting about this show? It is a blend of English and Pidgin. As I dey run you English, now I go dey marry am with Pidgin, make am spicy. So catch me every time on the show to enjoy more about trendy AWUF packages.
Public service announcement. Hello consumers, I am Kikelomo Ajibola and welcome to the Scam Alert segment on ConsumerHalla TV. Scam Alert educates viewers about various scams affecting consumers. We learn tips on how to identify fraudulent activities and provide advice on protecting our personal information. We aim to raise awareness and empower viewers to avoid falling victim to scams. We cover various topics such as phishing, identity theft, fraudulent investment schemes, and many more. You want to catch up on how these scammers invade our lives? Join us every Tuesday by 12:30 p.m. for Scam Alert on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Subscription is absolutely free. And in case you are not following us across all our social media platforms, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHalla TV.
Don't know who makes it thrive. We will be sharing the untold stories that brings this market to life. Join us as we explore the history, challenges, and triumphs of the market vendors. We will dive into the daily lives of the people who call markets home and uncover the secret that makes this market special. You will get to see the passion, energy, and dedication that goes into making this market success. Tune in to be in the marketplace on ConsumerHalla TV on Thursday by 11 a.m. to experience the sight and sound. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handle on ConsumerHalla TV. I am Elizabeth Abefe.
Hello fellow consumers, are you looking for a program where we give analysis about brand and a program where we project the voice of the consumer? Join my team and I on Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box by calling on the program to get your issues resolved.
And in case you are wondering where Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be showing, please join us on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Subscription is free by 2 p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. every Mondays and Wednesdays. Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be airing and will be here to provide you any information on brands and also issues that you have pending for us to resolve. Also follow us across all our other social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHalla TV. And that is why at ConsumerHalla TV,
you deserve to be heard. Hi everyone, I am Iri Ayomikunle Eke. Join me live on Perspective every Mondays to Friday from the hour of 9 to 10, where we have meaningful and engaging conversations about all the burning and pressing issues making the round. Issues related to our economy and consumers. It's conversing, it's relatable, it's beyond interview. We have expert analysts who gives updated analysis about all aspects of a conversation. Join the moving train by subscribing to our YouTube channel, ConsumerHalla TV, and do well to follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHalla TV. Stay informed. Thank you.
I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Market Today is the show where we visit different markets across Nigeria, Lagos, to check out the price of different things, ranging from household items to foodstuffs to cosmetics, electronics, every other thing.
In a world of hustle and bustle, entertainment keeps us alive, and that is why at ConsumerHalla TV, we ensure you enjoy all around 360-degree entertainment program. Screen Time is the show for you, where you enjoy top 5 countdown, celebrity of the week, exclusive interview, and other segments.
Don't mind if it's just a jealous person.
Oh,
It's new movie release, updates, and screen time. I'm going to enjoy myself because this is my favorite time on the program. I get to recommend good movie for you, and I'm also waiting for you to recommend movies to me also in the comment section. Screen time is not just all about entertainment, it is relaxing and also educational. So that is why we are bringing to you Screen Time on ConsumerHalla TV. And in case you're wondering where to join us every Mondays by 5:00 p.m. at ConsumerHalla TV on our YouTube channel. Subscription is very, very free. And in case you have not followed us across all our social media platforms, please do so. We are begging you, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also TikTok at ConsumerHalla TV. What are you waiting for? Click on that follow and subscribe right now.
And from the I to the R to the E to the M to the F to the E, my name is Iremofe Koforola, the man always clothed in wealth and strength.
And I am Kikelomo Ajibola. Toodles! Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHalla TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHalla TV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHalla TV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHalla TV. At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard. At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard.
building is marked for demolition, the same questions follows. Could this have been prevented? What did the owner do wrong? And could the same thing happen to any property owner? Hello and welcome to another informative edition of Real Estate Today, where we simplify property matters and help you make informed real estate decisions. I am Elizabeth Abefe.
And I am Irimofe Kofoworola. On today's program, we are discussing demolition in Nigeria, why buildings are brought down, and also we get to know how property owners can avoid costly mistakes. We explain to you the common reasons buildings are demolished, what every landowner and developer should understand before construction begins, and the practical steps that can help reduce the risk of enforcement actions. And in today's edition also, our real estate updates, will bring to you the latest developments shaping Nigeria's real estate sector. So later in our word of the day, that is another segment, we explain to you important property developments, the term, and every property owner should get to know this. Is very important. And also in our consumer corners, we share practical steps that can help you protect your property before and during development. So let's take a short break, and when we return, we begin with today's real estate news update. Stay with us.
Welcome back, still on Real Estate Today, your trusted source for the latest development in Nigeria housing and property sector. And here are today's top real estate stories. The rising cost of building materials is putting additional pressure on Nigeria housing sector, with industry players warning the higher construction expenses are affecting housing delivery. Reports indicate that key construction inputs have recorded significant price increases compared with previous year, increasing the cost of projects for developers and contractors. The impact is being felt across major housing markets as developers adjust project budgets, review pricing strategies, and explore alternative construction methods to reduce expenses. For prospective homeowners and tenants, industry experts says the increase in construction costs could further contribute to higher housing affordability challenges in the housing market. Housing affordability remains a major concern in Lagos as rising land prices, construction costs, and maintenance expenses continue to put pressure on the property market. Industry stakeholders says the increasing cost of accommodation is affecting low and middle income earners, forcing many residents to consider locations outside traditional city center where housing is relatively cheaper. Experts says while landlords are also dealing with rising maintenance costs, tenants are increasingly searching for affordable alternatives as housing expenses takes a larger portion of household income. The federal government says Nigeria housing and real estate sector contributed more than 77 trillion naira to the nation's economy in 2025, highlighting the sector's growing importance to economic growth. Speaking at a stakeholder validation workshop on the National Housing Data Program and the National Housing and Built Environment Regulation Policy in Abuja, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Mutak Dama, disclosed the real estate service alone accounted for about 41 trillion naira, representing 13.4% of the country's gross domestic product. The minister said despite the sector's impressive contribution, challenges such as weak regulation, inadequate mortgage financing, poor housing data, and fraudulent hinder growth. He noted that the federal government is proposing reforms, including the licensing of developers and estate agents, stronger consumer protection measure, improved mortgage financing and establishment of the National Housing Industry Regulatory Commission. The government also revealed that Nigeria core housing deficits currently stand at about 15 million housing units, underscoring the need for sustained investment and reforms to improve access to affordable housing. And that's today's edition of Real Estate News Update today. For more updates on Nigeria housing and property markets, stay with us. Thanks for watching. Now moving on, we'll be showcasing a short video for you. Let's take a look at this short video.
When you have a construction professional, it's easier to rule out many buildings before you now get to the one that they will first confirm, then tell you to do non-destructive test or full building assessment on top of. For example, you see a house, your agent sends the house to you and like, wow, this house is beautiful, and you just send it to your construction professional and you look at it and like, this house don't enter ground, leave this house abeg, and you move on. You get to the next one and like, see water they come up for the wall, this one is very expensive to fix, and you're like, next. You understand? So when you have, apart from your lawyer, your surveyor, and all the other professionals you need in order to make sure that the decision you make is perfect. Now, people that are wise and people that have money and know how to use their money usually try their best to reduce their risk as much as possible. And the way they do that is with hiring people that know better than them in that field. So be safe out there. Make sure you check and check and check and rule out all risk factors so that by the time you pay for that property, all is well. Did you learn anything today? Let me know in the comments. I've been Folajomi. See you on the next one.
Thank you, Sir Folajimi, for that. I know you'll be asking what is running through your mind is what's the need of that video. We are just getting started. Building safety remains one of the biggest concerns in Nigeria real estate sector, as cases of building collapse and demolition of unsafe structures continue to raise questions about construction standard and regulatory compliance. Over the years, several buildings across the country have collapsed across the country due to issues ranging from poor construction practices to structural defects. In Lagos alone, emergency agency and regulators have continued to respond to building failure with multiple collapse incidents recorded in recent years. The Council of the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN, has maintained reported building collapse cases across the country. Beyond collapse, authorities have also carried out demolitions of distressed buildings considered unsafe. The Lagos State government disclosed in 2026 that hundreds of distressed buildings have been removed as part of efforts to reduce the risk of structural failure and improve safety compliance. Most recently, in June 2026, building safety concerns came into focus again following two major collapses. A 3-story building collapse in Alakija, Lagos, recorded multiple casualties with reports confirming at least 9 deaths. Let's take a look at a short video that explains more information. That is 3-story building and another 5-story building under construction collapse along the Dr. Peter Odili Road in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, leading to rescue operations in Lagos. Authorities also demolished a distressed 6-story residential building in Parkview Estate, Ikoyi, after identifying structural defects and possible risk of collapse. Experts say this incident highlights the need for proper planning, professional supervision, quality material, and regular building assessments. So now the main question is, why do buildings fail, and what can property owners do to protect their investments?
All right, thank you so much, Elizabeth, because you cannot undermine the fact that we have a lot of building collapse in Lagos State, and I think government is trying their best to ensure that yes, there's safety. All right, so those are some of the latest developments making headlines in the real estate when it comes to building collapse, and you know, we want to know why we have so many building collapse in Lagos. So for many Nigerians owning a property, it means that a lot of investments and hard work go into all of this for you to own a property. But when construction standards are ignored, that investment can become a serious safety risk. Experts say building collapse is often not caused by one single factor. It is usually the result of several mistakes, from poor planning to weak construction practices. So today we examine 10 common causes of building collapse in Lagos, not just in Lagos, in Nigeria generally, and how they can be prevented. Reason 1, poor foundation, design and soil investigation. If you're very familiar with this show, we always bring experts. We talk about, you know, the need for you to employ the services of professionals. So if you do not do your foundation right and you do not test your soil, there could be any form of collapse. So the foundation carries the weight of every building. So when the foundation is weak, or the soil condition is not properly assessed, the entire structure can become unstable. And it brings to the saying that if the foundation be faulty, what can the righteous do? So if the foundation of the building is faulty, what can any developer do?
Exactly.
What the developer needs to do is to ensure that the foundation is not faulty.
So before construction begins, developers should conduct proper soil tests and ensure the foundation design matches the type of building and location. Ignoring foundation requirements can result in cracks, sinking, and eventual collapse. And if you're very familiar with us on this show, we've brought different kind of experts, that even someone talked about the soil of a thing. You have to test the soil, the surveyor, and he said it is very, very important. For us to understand this better, another video will be played for you to understand more about what we are talking about.
The building collapsed again. Despite using the right concrete, the right reinforcement, and even the right amount of labor, vibrations and everything. What then happened? It's quite simple. Because you have all the materials correctly does not mean you executed correctly. I'll give you a simple example. A slab transferred load to a beam, and that beam transfers the load to the column, and that column transfers the load into the foundation. Now, instead of one beam transferring the load to another beam before it transfers it to the column, they put the reinforcement on top instead of at the bottom, because the one that is supposed to carry it is the one at the bottom, because gravity, of course. So at the end of the day, what happened? They put the load that was supposed to be transferred downwards, they put it up. So instead of the thing resting on where it's supposed to rest, it was under it. So what happened? He had nothing to rest on, so he fell to the ground. Same example again. They said use 8 bags of cement per cubic meter of concrete. At the end of the day, you use 8 and the building still collapsed. Why? Because the water was too much. Do you understand? So you can do everything right in regarding materials, But when you do not do inspection correctly, design correctly, and everything else correctly, your money has entered the bush. Or rather, your money just caught fire. It doesn't end at good materials, good brains, good minds, good hands to come into play. I've been Fola Jomi. See you on the next one.
Thank you so much, sir, for that, Jimmy. May our money not enter our bush. I mean, because it's a whole lot when after you've invested so much, and at the end of the day,
just because you refuse to do the necessary inspection.
Yeah, inspection is very important. You know, sometimes just like a student who has actually read for the exams and eventually fails. Probably it was the way the questions were answered. That could be one reason such students fail. But like I read. So you can use the right proportion of materials, still not
getting the right,
on
how to go about it.
The inspection, because if you use 8 bags like he said, but you are saying like I use 8 bags, I use concrete, but what if the water was too much, like he explained? And so sometimes we begin to think, oh, we've done the best thing, but inspection matters. All right, so moving away from inspection. Oh my goodness, what happened today?
Yes.
Moving away from that, let us talk about the use of standard materials. That is another reason buildings collapse. So the quality of materials used during construction directly affects the strength of a building. We've seen cases of like that, not using the right materials, and not just the right material, quality materials in this sense.
So using inferior cement, weak reinforcement materials, or poor quality building components to cut costs can compromise structural safety. Experts advise property owners to prioritize quality material over short-term savings. Another video will be showcased so you can understand more better.
Here is the thing we hold as settled. Doing it right is always cheaper than fixing it wrong. Everybody proper feels expensive. The soil test, the real engineer, the correct lawyer to check the title. Until you meet the alternative, the crack, the land in dispute, the case in court. Then you give anything to go back and spend that small money you saved. The worst part is that some people cannot even join the consequence to their former action. Anyways, education is cheaper than litigation. A soil test is cheaper than collapse. The shortcut was never the cheap option. It was the most expensive one, hiding in a corner. We do not take it. We pay the small price on purpose every time. The small price that looks expensive today. I've been Fola Jomi. See you on the next one.
All right.
Thank you so much, Sir Fola Jomi. So for Sir Fola Jomi is trying to explain that you are trying to cut costs right now, forgetting that later on when the issue warrants, the money that you refuse to spend at the beginning, initial beginning, you will spend ×2 of it.
Yeah.
So it is very, very important for you to do the necessary thing at the right time. Do not say because, oh, someone else is selling it at a cheaper rate and all of that, you're getting a weak thing. The way you're getting a weak inferior material for your building now, it will later affect you later in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's look at another reason we have building collapse. When we have buildings without proper design and approval, every building project requires proper planning, architectural designs, and structural calculations.
Constructing without approved plans or ignoring professional design can result in unsafe structures that cannot withstand the intended load.
All right, let's go to another reason we have building collapse. Engaging unqualified professionals. This cannot be overemphasized. Another major cause of building failure is the involvement of unqualified workers or contractors.
Registered architects, engineers, builders, and surveyors play important roles in ensuring that construction meets safety standards. Cutting corners during construction can have serious consequences.
All right, so let's look at another reason there could be building collapse: overloading the building. We've seen cases of this. Our buildings are designed to carry specific loads. Exceeding those limits can weaken the structure.
Adding extra floors, installing heavy equipment, or changing the purpose of a building without proper assessment can increase pressure on the structure.
just like the video one that explained better that when you are not following the beam of the building, the one that is supposed to carry load is the foundation. But rather than putting the load on the foundation, you are putting it on the top one. What will the foundation now rest on when the load is sinking?
Yeah, so it's very important you use the right things and proportionately the right way. All right, failure to follow approved plans. Sometimes approval is obtained, but construction does not follow the approved design.
Unauthorized changes such as removing structural elements, extending beyond approved area, or adding extra floors can put buildings at risk.
All right, in case you are wondering what number are we about to give you right now, this is reason 7. We have building collapse, poor supervision during construction. We talked about inspection the other time. Thank God I got it right now. So we talked about inspection the other time. So it's very important that the required supervision is needed. Construction requires proper monitoring at every stage.
Without professional supervision, mistakes in materials, measurement, and construction method may go unnoticed and affect the safety of the building.
It's very important. So, poor maintenance and water damage. A building requires poor maintenance. A building requires proper maintenance, but if you get to maintain it poorly, that can affect the construction and it becomes complicated.
Water leakage, corrosion, cracks, and other warning signs can weaken a structure over time. Regular inspections and timely repair can prevent major damage. But sometimes we see some cracks, we see some drainage, and we just overlook it. Oh, it's the wet, it's the season, rain. But there are sometimes all these things are showing us signs, but we refuse to just take a look at it. Like all those buildings that sink, not suddenly a building will just sink. There would have been like
warnings
and
some ignored signs,
exactly. The signs will be there, but then we always choose to ignore. It's just a small crack, it's just a small this, it's just this, it will go eventually. There is a building at Ogba whereby the people is a school, but because they were able to, they saw the sign and they were able to react instantly. They evacuate the student and all of that. That is just one of the things that you could actually see and just take caution to. But most of the time we are always waiting. I don't know what we are always waiting for, but like they say, prevention is better than cure. So most of the time we just have to be, we have to notice things ahead and take the proper means.
All right, I just believe it's all about maintenance culture in this part of the world. Just like the other episode of Healthy Living, talking about the fact that there are some dangers, some health risks that we experience, but gradually before you know, the body shuts down. It's not as if it just happens in a day. So if your body if your body could shut down, from gradual ignorance of you not paying attention to your health, the same thing can happen to building, to machineries, to different things. So no problem just starts overnight. It's a gradual thing you ignore. So this is just a call on everyone involved in building sector, in the built industry. Please, it is very important that you pay attention to all of this. Another reason we have building collapse is building on unsuitable land. We've talked about on soil testing is very important. So the location of a building is also important. So it's safety.
Developing on unstable soil, wetland, drainage channels, or restricted areas can expose buildings to serious risk. Proper land investigation should come before construction even begins. Very important. Proper land investigation. That after your proper land investigation, that is when soil testing comes to on board. Everything works hand in hand. Don't skip one and move to level 5. It's going to tell on the building later on.
Absolutely. So we've highlighted 9 reasons we have building collapse in Nigeria. So let's go to number 10, which is very important. And we mentioned a bit of it in our discussion, and that's ignoring warning signs. Finally, many buildings show signs before failure occurs.
Crack, tilting walls, sinking floors, and unusual structural movement should never be ignored. Early professional assessment can help identify problems before they become disasters. So for you to understand more better, because I know some of you are like, okay, what I've saying, in case you're just joining, this is still Real Estate Today on ConsumerHalla TV, and we are trying to guide you 10 things you need to look at. Why buildings are brought down or demolished? What happens to building? Why do they fail? So for you to understand more better, in case you're joining, you're still on the show, let's play this video so you can understand better.
Imagine waking up one day to see that your house has been marked for demolition. What will you do? Let's see this video.
Look at that machine in front. They have removed the fence. That's some of the staff and the community. They said they must bring it down today. Look at the house. Initially, they told us that the house matches with their design, and so they will not demolish it. Instead, we'll pay another money for the land. But if you cannot pay the money that they want for the land, then they will sell the house, they will give me something, and then I'll move elsewhere. All of a sudden now, they came back and said not anymore. They don't want that again. They want to demolish it.
Sadly, this is a harsh reality for many property owners in Lagos and beyond. Today, let's talk about why this happens, how to prevent it, and what to do if you ever find yourself in this situation. Why do people lose their properties to demolitions or building collapse? 1. Land ownership issues and disputes. When you buy land or houses with defective title, or you are buying without doing proper land documentation, you are going to lose your land. When you buy land from unauthorized sellers or omunile who claim to have land in government scheme, as it was in the case of this video we just watched above. 2. Government-related demolitions. When you buy properties overriding public interest, these are land that are designated for road, for railway, for schools, or public infrastructure. A good example is the demolitions of houses along the coastal highway because they override public interest. When you build on drainage systems and waterways, which can lead to flooding or structural damage, you will lose your land. 3. Paperwork and compliance issues. When you fail to obtain approvals from the regulatory bodies like the LASPA, which is the regulatory body for issuing building approval, LAPSCA, and other regulatory agencies within the built industry. When you ignore building codes or ethics and compromising on standard practices that may lead to building collapse or subsequent demolitions. Or you choose to ignore the use of professionals because you felt it's expensive. How do you prevent property loss? 1. Verify land titles before buying. Never assume. Always confirm with the land bureaus. It's very, very important. 2. Ensure that your property is not under government committed acquisition. You need to check with your urban planning blueprints to confirm this. Number 3, get the proper approvals before building. Town planning approvals are not optional. Then 4, avoid cheap, questionable deals. If a deal sounds too good to be true, then don't deal. Okay, what if your property is being marked for demolition? What do you do? 1, act fast. Once you see that your property is marked for demolition, don't wait. Consult a property lawyer to review your documents and you engage the right authorities. Check for possible settlement in some cases. Fines or paperwork corrections can resolve the issue. And lastly, if the land is truly under government acquisition, explore a location option instead of fighting a lost battle.
Thank you so much for that, Chief Coach of Lagos. You've had from him directly. So in a nutshell, from poor planning to lack of maintenance, many building collapse can be prevented. Safety must remain the priority at every stage, from land purchase and design to construction and maintenance.
All right. So it's now time for Words of the Day, where we explain important real estate terms every property owner should know. So let's look at some of these being displayed on the screen. That was Consumer Corner right there, and I believe you've been able to learn one or two from that. In summary, all of these discussions today, they are intertwined, so just pick one or two and learn from it. Alright, so building safety begins with making the right decisions from the beginning. Proper planning, quality construction, and regular maintenance can protect lives and investment.
A building is more than just bricks and concrete. It represents homes, business, and years of investment. So protecting that investment starts with prioritizing safety and following the right procedures.
We hope today's program has helped you understand the causes of building collapse and the steps you can take to prevent them.
I am Elizabeth Abefe. This is the period time I hate saying all the time on the show because the show is finally coming to an end. For more information, do not gatekeep. Just like we always say, follow us across all our social media platforms at on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, everything. ConsumerHalla TV. Share, tell a friend to tell a friend. At ConsumerHalla TV, we have educative shows inside that you can pick one or two on.
And I am Irimufe Kofoworola. Thank you so much for watching Real Estate Today. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
My name is Tunde Olufowora. I'm the CEO of Brand Communications. We are we call the publisher or the owner of the new initiative called ConsumerHallaTV. ConsumerHallaTV is actually Nigeria's first consumer-centered, or call it consumer-centric television platform that aims to bring voice to the over 220 million Nigerians. It was a vision that came to my heart about 10 years ago. I remember that I was traveling. I traveled out of the country, on airline. And I had this unpleasant experience. It was a trip to an African country from Nigeria, and I actually went with a local flight from Nigeria. I wouldn't want to mention the name of the airline. And then it was to South Africa, and we landed in South Africa. And let me just paraphrase it. When I was coming back, I had some money, some dollars, and that someone had given to me to hand over to another person in Nigeria. So I wanted to help out. I didn't want to carry the cash on myself. So. For whatever reason, I had a small case, and I felt that it was safer for me to put the money in my luggage. So I put it in a safe place in my luggage, got everything intact, and I checked in my luggage. My arrival in Nigeria, I was standing and was waiting by the carousel just so that I could pick up my luggage, and then I was there for 1 hour. And waiting for my luggage. I didn't know that my luggage already arrived, and it was one of the luggage that was moving around on the carousel. So after about 1 hour wait, I looked to my left and my right. Almost everybody had gone. I think there were just about 2 or 3 left. So I beckoned on the woman that was on my side, and I noticed she was really in tears. Madam, what happened? She said, her bag has just been torn and a lot of things stolen. So I said, well, I've also been waiting for my own. She said, you better go and check those those luggages there. Maybe yours is one of them. And lo and behold, I went around there. Mine was one of them. By the time I got it, everything inside my luggage was gone. All the valuable things there were gone. To cut the long story short, we felt there was need for us to report the case, at least to the airline. It was in the night, about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. We went in to go and see the officer that was in charge. As soon as we got in there, the officer said, "Oh, so sorry, but you will have to go to our head office in somewhere in Victoria Island, to lodge a complaint." Okay. So the next day we went to the Victoria Island and we lodged a complaint, and that was it. And since that day, I'm talking a story of over 10 years ago, I didn't get a call, not even a call from that airline to talk to me about what happened to my luggage. Now, about a month after that trip, I had another opportunity to travel out of the country. This time around it was to US, and it was an official assignment. And I flew on, I will mention the airline this time around. I flew on a BA. I really didn't like BA. I usually go with Virgin Atlantic and things like that. But my protocol officer convinced me and said, "Okay, you will love BA. Why don't you go on BA?" Anyway, so I went on BA to US. And of course, when I returned from US to Nigeria, we had to do, of course, there'll be like a connecting flight, from Heathrow. So we got into London Heathrow, and then because it was through Heathrow that we went, and then so they changed since it was BA, they changed the aircraft this time around to a bigger one. I mean, clearly because there were more Nigerians, or more people that were planning to come to Nigeria, and then we boarded. Not quite 10 minutes into the flight, in the air, the aircraft started malfunctioning. The air conditioning compartment were not functioning very well. I was on what you call business economy. The whole of that business economy, all the way to economy side, the ACs were not working well. It was hot. And then I was watching. And then from that moment till we got to Nigeria. From that moment till we got to, I'm just trying to paraphrase. From that moment till we got to Nigeria, I could remember very well how many times the pilot, broke into conversation and had to apologize and say, "We're really very sorry about this." He was giving us almost every 30 minutes. There's always a kind of update. "So sorry, this is what we're doing now, this is what we're doing." While we were on that journey, I also remember an incident. So they came, the crew apparently couldn't resolve they couldn't manage the crisis or what was going on about it. They couldn't fix it. So they come up and said, "We're so sorry, but for all the inconvenience, we're declaring, free lunch, free whatever it is you want, you can get." So trust Nigerians, you need to hear how everybody was jubilating, But something struck me. The experience I had just about a month before, and this experience, somehow I started comparing them. I was trying to see how this matter will be managed. Again, to cut the story short, we landed in Nigeria on BA. Before we landed, the pilot announced and said that for the inconvenience, they will be giving a voucher of £50 to everyone that flew on that aircraft. I thought it was a joke. I mean, it was my first time with BA, but for what I knew or know of the British man would never even play with his 1 penny, talking of £1. So I felt that must be a joke of the year. So we left. I got back to my office. I think it was just about a week after. Our officer, our guys in our mail room came up and said, "Oh, you have a parcel." So I said, "Parcel? Yeah." So they brought this parcel wrapped. I opened it, and boom, I brought the document out. It was the £50 voucher from BA. So what was the tenor of this story? An experience with one airline was terrible. No apology. An experience with another one, even though it was a bad experience, but it was very managed, well managed. So managed that even if we have suffered anything in that aircraft, you probably, for the sake of how they manage it, we have forgiven them. So that was how this journey started. So I started thinking, my mind, this is what we go through in this country. But are we different from other nations? So God put in my heart the idea of ConsumerHalla. That's why the Halla came with consumer. And we started that journey about 10 years ago. We started by creating a platform called ConsumerHalla, where consumers, so I discovered that Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. So things happen, and that's it. We live with everything. So we've started the journey from creating the platform. We have an app, we even have a magazine, and we thought we could move it from that to the next stage, which is the television. So the TV today, has come. So I would say precept by precept, line upon line, we have been able to build on our aspiration, to finally bring to birth this unique and exciting platform, So it's a digital telecast, and our goal is to further connect consumers in Nigeria to brands with insightful news, development within the fast-paced world of consumers. The world of consumers is growing at a very fast pace, So we want to inform Nigerians. We want to get them educated about their rights, So our role is that we're going to educate consumers in Nigeria, all right? So by bringing them specialized and what you call analytical, research-based content generation that will inform, educate, sensitize the audience, So that's ConsumerHalla TV. So I call it an offshoot of our ConsumerHalla brand. ConsumerHalla brand actually was the first we call it the first complaint or consumer complaint resolution portal. When we started it about 10 years ago, or about 7 years ago, it became the first complaint resolution portal. We created it so that Nigerians can actually lodge complaint on that portal. We spent a lot of resources to build a very robust platform where today, if you have any complaint, about any brand, any leading brands in Nigeria, and you go on that platform, you can actually click, just a click, you can find the brand, you can actually lodge your complaint, and once you submit it, that complaint will be routed to that organization, and within 72 hours, we will obtain feedback for you. We build it in such a way that we have connection to almost all the organizations, and it's been working. We've resolved several complaints for people without having to charge them any penny, because the idea is not to charge. So what we have done with ConsumerHalla TV is to take it to the next level. So we hope to change the narrative. We want to give the right direction. Nigeria has the largest consumer market in the world, with a population of over 220 million people. Why should we be the one that is suffering the most? Everywhere you turn to, it's as though Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. You're traveling, you buy a ticket, for whatever reason, an airline will wake up middle of the night, delay the flight for whatever reason, and then you'll be waiting at the airport for hours. You'll be there for 2 hours, 3 hours, no any explanation. Then while you're there, they can even wake up and say, oh, flight has been cancelled. So everybody carry their luggage and go home. Nothing happened. Of course, things are changing. We must commend government because government is beginning to wake up, but there's still a lot to be done. And we believe that we can help to make, those bring about those right changes. So we offer deliberately, part of what we do is that we also offer advocacy. All right, we're not just an advocacy organization, but we offer advocacy. We have a legal team. We have lawyers that are registered on our platform. All right, that can also take up cases. Okay, so and we've taken up many cases like that, and won those cases. So ConsumerHalla is a platform to help consumers to. We're not fighting brands, but rather we say we're bringing about an amicable, resolution of conflict, such that it will be beneficial to the consumers and also be beneficial to the brand. I remember the word of Jeff Bezos. Bezos is the founder of Amazon. He said that the most important single thing, all right, for an organization is to focus obsessively, use the word obsessively, on the customer. We often say that customers is a king. They should sit at the top of the ladder. In our environment, customers are the ladder.